Listen, McCook's Mr. Bill, it's an honor to have you here. Some people say that money is the root to all evil. But in fact, money is how you control people more than they could possibly imagine. In the 1930s, they took and made it illegal to own gold. Jail time if you had it. So they had the power to freeze and make you turn your gold in. Another option was in the 1930s when China was invaded by Japan. We froze all of their bank accounts across the world. And in no short order that forced Japan into consideration and in time into attacking the United States and hoping to kick us out of that side of the world. Yeah, a terrible mistake for the Japanese to think they could. At the same time, it's because of our shutting their assets down. Just as in Russia, we have froze their assets. And it's always a bad idea to get in between a dog and its bone. And so freezing their assets is not a wise decision in my humble opinion. In fact, we're not only freezing the assets of Russia, we're freezing the assets of billionaires who live in Russia. And their yachts or anything out in the world, if we can confiscate them, we will. And freeze those assets until they retreat out of the Ukraine. A lot of power with the currency and the control of the banks. It isn't just countries though. In Canada, they couldn't get a handle on the truckers and the people rioting and complaining about having to take the COVID shots. Yeah. And so Canada, they just simply said, we will freeze your assets of the truckers. We'll freeze the assets of anybody that helps them. And that means you're out of money. You have no money, no way to buy anything. But it's going even further than that now. And how? Well, we have banks in the United States right now that have told some right-wingers they don't have the freedom of speech anymore. They might call it hate speech or something else, but it's still freedom of speech. But it doesn't matter. The bank said, we want nothing to do with you. Come get your money. At least they don't freeze the assets yet. But if enough banks freeze you out, it's almost equivalent to being, having your assets frozen. And so it's going to get a lot worse for everybody at every stage of life, at every stage of the economy, if they continue with the ideology that we're going to use money as a weapon to control you, and you will do exactly as we say, when we say, because we say. That's not a good way to go, because down the road, I have the feeling that this is not going to be a fun place to be.